claims of the two of them, the Mampusis vis-a-vis the Kusasis. And they said the committee of inquiry, made of Domahini, then Domahini, Nana Ajimandoa, then Tumukoro, Luru Canton II, then a lawyer from the Volta region. There were three. They investigated the case in 1957 and concluded that the Kusasis own Bawku. They are the right people to be chosen in Bawku. It's undemocratic for Nairi to choose a prince, a Mampurisi prince, to rule the Kusasis. That was 57. 58, that the white paper, the colonial governor, Lord Liswell, then wrote a white paper accepting the committee's findings and recognizing the Kusasi Bokunala. That was the status quo. The Mampurisis were unhappy with the committee's decision and the white paper and went to Court of Appeal. That was the highest court of the land at the time, in 1958. I'll give you the judgment from here. After that, I'll give you the committee report, and then the judgment, you go and read and refresh your memory. The Court of Appeal, after looking into the case, said that, look, from the evidence, the descendants of the Bawku skin are Kusasis. And therefore, you cannot be choosing Bawku. So the Court of Appeal affirmed the Committee of Inquiry decision and that of the Governor General White Paper in 1958. The Kusasis were chosen until 1966. NLC decree, National Liberation Council, passed decree 112. Arbitrarily judged the Stulu Kusasi chiefs, like they did in some few other areas. That was 66. So the Kusasis have been marching time, peacefully agitated here and there and whatnot, until PNDC and the Roller wrote a petition. And Roller said, you were right. There's social justice. We do not have the domestic apartheid in this country. One tribe ruling another tribe. South Africa, where you have the external apartheid, white men coming to rule South Africans. This time, Mampurisi going to Kusasi land to rule them. We cannot entertain domestic apartheid in Ghana.
So the PNDC law ended.
83 was passed. That brought about the conflict. 83, 84, 85. So 85, the PNDC decided to mount military action. So they came and arrested ringleaders who have been fighting. And opinion leader, I was one of those who were affected. I was arrested. I slept in Mognori guard room for 10 days without bathing. They picked me as an opinion leader. I said, yes, the Kusasi petition, I have written them, but I don't know how to fire a gun. But if you arrest me, you said I'm an opinion leader. Yes, I'm right. So they said we should go to Accra, engage Roland to see how we can broker peace in Bawku. I said, fine. But they kept me in prisons, in Garu in Bawku for 10 days. Then we decided to go to Accra, went to Navrongo, Paga airstrip. The airplane didn't come, Air Force plane didn't come. I went to Navrongo prisons. Then from there, 2 days later, they brought her to Gonda Bara. I was there for 6 months. And they arrested both Kusasi opinion leaders and Mampurisi opinion leaders. They arrested both Kusasi Yome who were fighting and Mampurisi Yome who were fighting. And other allied that Bisa, Mushi, and one of them who have taken sides here and there. So we were there for 6 months. Then we wrote a joint petition by both Kusasi and Mampurisi to keep the peace of the area. On account of that, they brought us to Bawku and put us in Bawku prisons for 1 week or more. Then finally, they brought a second court judge from Tabale, and we signed a bond in 1986. We signed a bond that there will be no more conflict in Bawku. We are living peacefully together. That was a good exercise because from 86 to 2000, 15 years, there was no conflict in Bawku.
And then you continue, and now we are back to
we are now back to this.
We have to end now. In
Yes.
30 seconds, what do you think is the solution to that?
The solution is a Nairi. We've told the government,
king
told the
of
president,
the
the king of
Mampugu
Mampugu, that the Nairi should be engaged and then told that it's not sustainable, it's not correct for you to continue to choose a Mampurisi prince in Bawku and make him chief over Kusasis. It is not done in this modern era. Besides that, there is a Supreme Court ruling in 2003 that ruled in favor of the Kusasis. They told them, you've seen Court of Appeal decision, you've seen this and that. How do you think that you can continue to rule these people? So you should not challenge the Kusasi man, this current chief, or any Kusasi man about the Bawku skin. It doesn't belong to you.
So you want the Nairi to do that?
They want the Nairi to understand this. I thought that they are very distinguished personalities from the Mampurisi area. Professor Nabila, who was even president of House of Chiefs some time ago, the vice president, and many other opinion leaders. They should be able to engage their father, the Nairi, and tell him that, look, our father, this modern era, you cannot force the people to rule them. Leave the Kusasis alone.
That's what you think is the solution?
The Nairi is the solution. If he tells Bawku Mampurisi that I cannot skin any of you, that is all.
Let's end it here.
Nairi should be appealed upon, should be prevailed upon.
Let's end it
here. The government should prevail upon him.
We need to end it here.
Stop this.
Thank you so much, Honorable, for speaking to us.
We are wasting time, killing people. Bawku has become a ghost town. Schools don't people don't go to school. Bawku Hospital is virtually closed down. The nurses training college has closed down. Bawku Business District has collapsed. Why? Because of one man's interest.
That's Honorable Cletus Apol Avoka. He is Member of Parliament for Zebila. He was a majority leader of Parliament. He has been a minister in various portfolios. My name is Umaru Sandamadu. You've been watching Face to Face on City TV. Please stay with us. This is your world.